Hey players, in this video, we're breaking down the game of Luka Doncic. I'm going to give you some tips for your game. But first, let me show you the best player in the league, just so we're clear going into this season. The NBA preseason is about to start up, so let's just make sure we all know that the best player in the league here is Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks, who I think are going to win the NBA Finals this year. I'm a big Atlanta fan. I think Trae's top 5. Luka may be the best, but I do think Steph or Giannis is the best, but I just had to show some Atlanta pride. Now that the season is coming, can you even see 11? Yeah, there we go. Now you can see Trae Young. Hopefully that doesn't trigger any of you and you don't cancel my YouTube channel because of this, but just had to bring that up. So let's look at Luka Doncic right here in this film study. Some of you have seen these videos before, some of you haven't, but basically, I'm going to have 5 clips in here of Luka Doncic, and I'm going to give you, like right here in the bottom left where it says lesson, I want to give you at least one thing that players you can add to your game through these clips. So let's watch the first clip right here of Luka Doncic. And, you know, he's known not for his athleticism. Luka Doncic is not amazingly quick and amazingly fast. He is a very big point guard. His speed and quickness is not his strength. So you got to ask, he's not the quickest player, and a lot of defenders are quicker than him. So how does he create these advantages? Players, maybe you're not the quickest player on the floor, but you're bigger than your opponents. You got to figure out, if quickness isn't your advantage, what can you do to create advantages on offense? This clip will show you one right here. And really, there's 2 lessons right here. But watch the sharp angle of Luka Doncic on this handoff. So once he gets this handoff, he does kind of space the floor out because as he's taking this handoff right here, he's reading Capella. If Capella steps up to guard Luka Doncic, steps up towards the perimeter, then that means there's going to be a pass or a skip pass open. But what Capella does right here is he retreats. And now, as Capella is retreating, Luka Doncic is in a straight line drive from this point, and then he's going into the paint. And notice how Luka gets his defender, DeAndre Hunter, I think, on his back. If you're not super quick, something you got to be able to do is get your defender on your back and control them with that. So playing in sharp angles. And then the other thing is, some of you college players are watching this, and I was speaking with a dad the other day who one son played at Stanford and then the other one is at Rice, 2 Division I players. The main thing that he had to work on going to the D1 level is finishing over rim protectors. So players, especially like varsity level and college players, you know, you should be working on finishes like this. See where the basketball is? It is above that top line of the square on the backboard. You should be getting, you know, I say 50 right here, but you should get 25 on the left side and 25 on the right side a day, or maybe 4 days a week, and then just add it into your training routine. But you need to be making sure when you're working on those high finishes that the ball is actually high as well. I've worked with players where we're working on high finishes and the player thinks the basketball is getting high, but it's not. You really have to get outside your comfort zone. The first 50, 100, 150 times you work on this, it's going to be uncomfortable. But the more you rep it, the better you will get at and the more comfortable you will be. Now, another clip from the Hawks game right here is on the ball screen. And again, notice how he gets Kevin Huerter this time on his back. So ball screen is set. Luka is slow and he's paced right there. And now he's locked Kevin Huerter on his back. The other thing Luka does very well, and this is what all great players do, they don't always force actions. They just let the play unfold. So they're reading the defense, they're looking where screens are, they're looking how their teammates is cutting, they're looking for gaps that are open to attack. They're reading the floor, and then they're deciding to attack, and they're able to control the pace of the game. The other thing right here, and that's the number one point of this, is be patient and let plays come to you. Let the game just unfold in front of you. But this is I've always loved this action. Look at how this works. Screener sets the high ball screen. Luka waits, puts the defender in jail or on his back. And then what the roller does is set another screen. The screener rolls his own defender, resulting in a wide open layup. That's something that's been going on in the NBA for at least 20 years, I would say. Okay, More of the same stuff here, but it's an even sharper drive. After this handoff, look at the driving line of Luka Doncic. He takes this handoff, and instead of curving that cut, instead of receiving the handoff and going along the three-point line and then driving in, he gets it, plants off this top foot, and then he's basically in a straight line from here into the paint. And because he does a straight line, this now means his defender cannot get back in front of him. If he were to have circled out, then his defender would be able to get back in front of him and get matched up on him. But he keeps that defender on his back, plays off 2 feet. This right here might be the rarest, maybe not the rarest, but a skill that most players are not good at. And that is reading secondary defenders. Because players, you need to learn this. You're going to be able to oftentimes get by your defender. That's called the primary defender. But you've got to be able to control your body and read the defense so that that second line, whether it's the rotating rim defender or it's somebody covering down or whoever it is in the rotation, you need to be ready for that secondary defender. And whether you shoot, pass, whatever move you do, you just got to realize against great teams, there's going to be secondary defenders, and you've got to be able to control yourself. A lot of you just go full speed once you beat that primary defender. Defense rotates over, and you commit a charge or a turnover. But the other thing, and again, this is what Luka does so well, he gets that defender on his shoulder or on his back, and now he's controlling the defense as opposed to letting the defense control him. Now, on my training platform, too, I have a ton of different reads, decisions, and finishing moves that you can make against secondary defenders like this. It's in the Elite Experience. Check it out if you're interested in that. There's also like 48, 49 different finishing moves and stuff like that. Okay, y'all all have seen, if you watch NBA, you have seen Luka make this move right here. Not worried about the dribble moves, but he makes this right foot, so he's planting off his right foot, his right shoulder is on the inside, and then he's stepping back into his three. That is his go-to move, I would say. It is. It's his go-to move on the perimeter. So players, you need to have a go-to move on the, it might not be an isolation move, but it could be back down, half spin, fade away. It could be a dribble in, sidestep shot. It could be this move right here. It could just be a one dribble pull up that's faster than anybody else. But you need to be able to have a go-to move. And even if defenders know that move is next and they know you're going to use that move, if you're good at it, it's still going to work. So again, Luka's is this right foot goes on the inside, step back, three. So develop a go-to move. Now, players, if you take each of these notes, maybe you have a notebook and you wrote these down, but you take the one or two things from each of these clips, you got to put in the work, but implement them into your game. It's going to help you tremendously. Now, if you're looking for full advanced training that covers every single skill in basketball, passing, finishing, shooting, scoring moves, defense, all that stuff, and you want to really, really improve your game, go make a free account on my platform and then upgrade to what I'm calling the Elite Experience. So this is what the Elite Experience looks like right here. I just put on my jacket. This right here is like the shooting section. So let's see if you can see it. If you can, oh, is it going to focus? Yeah, I think it's focusing. But in the shooting section, well, basically like when you go in here, you can click up here on all skills, and that's where I'm going to have all the skills. How do you get this thing to zoom and focus? Oh, okay. Oh, there we go. I don't know how to get it focused, but it's got ball handling, shooting, driving, finishing. And then when you go in here, so like there's finishing. When you go in here, there's finishing, and I've got 48 finishing moves or 48 different skills and drills. And then you can tap on a video, and then what you're going to find is an on-court breakdown. So I'm basically going to be breaking down the drill that we're doing, and I really get into a lot of detail on these. So I'll be saying, hey, on this drill, we're going to jump off this foot and shoot with this right hand, but you got to realize the defense is going to be in this position. They're going for the basketball here, so you're going to have to protect it on your shoulder. This is going to be right after you beat your primary defender. You got to be ready for your secondary defender to go this way, or this way. So that's an example right there of the finishing. And then I've also got like passing, moving without the ball, perimeter defense, scoring moves. Let's just go to a shooting clip too. So I'll go to so I got 66 shooting drills. This section right here has some different shooting games, and I've got some of these shooting games and drills. It's the same thing, but these are drills that you can do. Some of them I've got from college coaches, some of them I got from NBA coaches, but these are a lot of good drills and games that you can use and implement into your training. Again, the Elite Experience is only $147. No recurring charges ever. Pay once and you're done. And you're basically going to get everything you ever need to be good at basketball. And then if you are a member of the Elite Experience, you can DM me or email me anytime, and I'm happy to give you any guidance or follow you up on any questions that you have with that. So check that out. I think it will really be helpful for you. Thanks for watching this video as well.